All right. Well, let's see if we can continue the winning streak we have with the Jets. It's gonna be hard, but we're gonna get 5 consecutive wins. I can tell you that at some point, and hopefully it's gonna be roundabout now. But I'm also curious while trying to make the McCown dynasty that we're trying to make, bringing Josh McCown back to his glory that he's clearly never had. I want to know what everyone thinks about the AFC East standings. I mean, in the AFC East, we got the Bills, Dolphins, Patriots, and Jets. I'd say that's one of the, I don't want to say easiest conferences to be in, but that's pretty easy. Like, I mean, the Patriots have that by a long shot, but here's the deal with it. It's, the Bills are leading it after week one. I mean, week one doesn't mean a whole lot, but to an extent, it's kind of not how anyone figured it would be. I mean, everyone knew the Jets would lose. That's just a given. I'll be surprised if the Jets do anything this year, really. The Patriots' schedule for them should be pretty decent. I mean, I understand why they lost to Kansas City. It's because I've been saying it for years. Kansas City's going to have one of these years. I mean, they're a solid football team. They're no joke. They've always kind of been in the running, and they've had a lot of players. They're just like a huge football volcano that's ready to burst at any time. And I think this year might be the year for Kansas City. Now, given Patriots are probably having an off day getting all the chinks in their chain out, but I don't know. I'm really curious to see who will take the AFC East. Like, a weird feeling I have is that it won't be the Patriots. Now, you're probably saying, like, how can it not be the Patriots with the Bills, Jets, Miami? But I don't know. This year just has, there's a mark. I'm saying it now. I don't think the Patriots will be on top out of those 4 teams. I just don't. Now, we haven't got to see much of anything from Miami because they got postponed due to Hurricane Irma with Tampa Bay. So we really can't say anything about them without seeing that first game. But it's just going to be interesting. I'm going to say that. It'll be very interesting to see if the Bills come through and surprise us all. I mean, there was a time when Buffalo was pretty damn good, and I feel like it's about time for them to be pretty good again. I mean, there's got to be a year where New England doesn't take that from that conference. I mean, now, do I think New England will win? See, I don't know that New England will beat the Bills in the divisional game. I just don't. I see the Bills doing something this year and shocking people. I see the Patriots crumbling and shocking people. Now, along the lines, how can I really judge with it just being week one? I don't know. I'm just saying what I think could happen and what everyone I think wants to happen. But I think the Bills will take the AFC East, no doubt. AFC West, I think that's the hardest division in the league, with the Broncos, Raiders, Chiefs, and Chargers, because any one of those teams can really break out and be pretty incredible at any time. Good hit. Just between, I would say, the one that's going to make it out of those teams, I really think, is the Raiders or the Chiefs. Probably the Chiefs, but I'd like to see the Raiders get it, just for the sake of Derek Carr. He's just fun to watch. I was saying that in another video. The Raiders are just fun to watch. They are a mean group of guys. AFC North, we got Ravens, Steelers, Browns, and Bengals. I personally hope the Steelers win the division. You know, I'm a Pittsburgh fan. But there's a lot of – that's a Division II where any team out of there besides the Browns could really break through at any time. Now, I'm not hating on every Browns fan ever. Like, my hometown team is trash too, Tampa Bay. I don't think we'll be as trash this year. I think we'll be above 500 for sure. But I think Pittsburgh's pretty much got that on lock unless something tragic happens to the offense. Cincinnati could run away with it. The Ravens could run away with it at any moment. Hell, the Browns could run away from it. It's just so hard to tell being week 1, but I think Pittsburgh's got that again this year. I really don't see the Bengals coming out and doing anything that we haven't seen the Bengals do, like nothing new. Not that Pittsburgh does anything new either. They just keep making insane plays. It's like the Antonio Brown show every year. AFC South, this is one of those divisions that is just, I really don't care who wins it, to be honest with you. It's Jags, Colts, Titans, and Texans. Let me see. I mean, okay, so the Jag, I'm looking at it right now. So the Jags are the only ones coming out with a dub, and that was over Houston. I know that. I don't think the Colts have been anything to watch in a long time. Now, I'm not trying to get grilled by what I'm saying. I'm just saying, for me, like, I hate to go back to the Peyton Manning crap, but I haven't really cared since Peyton's not been there. I mean, don't get me wrong. Y'all have skill and y'all have... I mean, I'll take that back. I've watched Luck a few times, and it's been good, but it hasn't been anything... Like, they just blew me away. Like, I think the best Colts were the Peyton Colts, and then, like, when Adai was there, he was killer. I mean, I don't know. The Titans, here's what I feel about the Titans. I live in Nashville. I hear a lot, whether it be through the media or any sort of media platform about the Titans. They're convinced they have this super team, and like no one will be able to stop them if they do what they're supposed to do. Well, that goes for any team. If you do what you're supposed to do and you have the players to do it, no one's going to be able to stop you. That's obvious. What I think is going to happen to the Titans, I think they're going to have like a few good games. I feel like people are going to get their hopes up, and I think they're going to put on the same shit show they have for the past few years, honestly. Like, the Titans, I feel like, don't have anything that... I'm not saying Mariota's a bust either. I'm saying that I feel like the Titans don't have anything that's going to break out in the world of sports and just change... That's just going to change from what they've been doing recently. I mean, look, Tennessee loves their Titans, and they were good for a minute. They were all right. But to think they're this team that's going to just sweep the competition in the NFL is insane. They are not that team yet. I think they have a lot of growing to do, and I think Tennessee has a lot of maturing to do with their players. I think now their O-line, I think, has more skill and more potential than any team in the NFL. That being said, I don't think they utilize their backfield correctly, and I don't think they scheme correctly for what they're meant to do with the players they have. But I think their O-line is absolutely outstanding, and I think they're one of the best in the NFL, if not the best O-line in the NFL. You don't see a lot get by them. You really don't. But in the last league, be the Texans. I think the Texans have a lot to play for this year with everything that's happened, and I think they're going to. I think J.J. Watt is going to have a hell of a year, and I think that man is going to just lay the pain all over the field, whatever city he is in. Oh, touchdown. There we go. All right, in NFC East, but before I go to NFC East, that's all I have to say about the AFC South. Titans, good luck, best of luck to you, but I think you're thinking a little above what you guys really are. I think the truth is, be humble to what your team can do and what your record shows. I just hear it a lot wherever I go. I'm not going to give my sources up, but a lot of places that I go and I hear all these people saying, and, even on radio, we have one of the, no, you don't. At least Tampa fans know they have a long road ahead of them. And I'm not saying the Titans players say that. I'm saying this is what the fan base is saying. This is strictly off, I think, what fans think, not anything to do with players or the organization or coaches or managers or any of that. Because those guys put in the effort and they put in the work, and those guys are the real stars. The coaches, man, who sit there and put in the work, grind the hours, make the schemes, make the plays, look at every little detail. I mean, those guys, I swear they don't sleep during season of what you be seeing from the NFL. But all right, enough with them. NFC East. Eagles, Cowboys, Giants, and Redskins. I don't think it's going to be the Cowboys. I will say that right away. Good for them. They had a win. I think, to be honest, it's time for the Eagles to break through. And I think it's time for the Eagles to have a good year. I think Philly will. I think it's just one of those times. The Cowboys had their run. They had their fun. They were extremely good. And the Cowboys weren't even just good. They were like a train, man. Everywhere they would roll through, they would just dominate to no end. And then they broke apart at the last little bit of the season. But don't get me wrong, much respect to the Cowboys and all that, but I think they had their one crazy good year, and I think it's going to really settle down, and that's going to be it for them. I think they're going to have a couple more years of suck before they get really good again. Redskins, not the biggest Redskins fan. I don't think they're going to do a whole lot. NFC West is Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, and 49ers. Do I think the 49ers will do anything? No. Is it like all you hear about is the 49ers, Kaepernick? Yeah. Oh, hold on. Got to roll out with McCown right quick. Oh, McCown's going for the big one. Oh, he got that. There we go. That's what I'm talking. McCown with the big arm, bringing the Jets to glory. There we go. But Niners, really don't care about them. Really don't like all the press they get for whatever they're doing. And it has nothing to do with Kaepernick. I could care less what Kaepernick does. If it's frowned upon, it's frowned upon. If people like it, good, whatever. I'm not one way or another on it. Just, I want to see if he's a good quarterback and he wants to go play football, I'm all for it, man. If he doesn't, that's his business. Don't care. Oh. But, all right, so the NFC West. Realistically, see, it's hard because the Seahawks and Cardinals, either of those teams at any time is a freight train of domination. I mean, I don't know. I'm not feeling like it's going to be Arizona. I'm leaning more towards the Seahawks. And that's just solely off how good they've been the past 3 or 4 years. Talent-wise, they could break through at any point during the season or knock a team out. I mean, I think the Seahawks are one of those wild card teams that it's a for sure for one thing and you don't think they're there, and all of a sudden there comes Seattle rolling in late. And I don't know. I think the Rams will have a decent year. I don't think they'll make playoffs. But NFC North, Vikings, Lions, Packers, and Bears. All teams won week 1 except the Bears. Shocker. But besides that shocking news of the Bears being the only team that didn't win, I don't know. I don't see Minnesota doing that much. I don't see the Lions doing that much. I think the Packers will do what they do every year. They're one of those teams that when they show up to play, they show up to play. And if they have an off day, they still show up to play. I mean, the Packers are just pretty solid every year. I'm kind of sick of seeing them too, to be honest. Because there's that one little group. It's like Brady, Rodgers. It's all you hear about. So I mean, I wouldn't mind if they did well. I could really care less about Green Bay. I'm more focused on the other teams that don't hit the spotlight, because we all know so much about New England. We know when New England trips over a blade of grass or not, and we know if Green Bay, if the stadium had a toilet leak. Like, it's that intense with how much the media covers them. It's insane. But yet we can hear nothing about other teams. I think a lot of the fans need to be heard on the coverage of the whole NFL, not just the big teams. So I'd say the Packers winning. And then the NFC South. Hold on, we got to get this playoff with McCown. We got to watch him do his work. Here we go. Oh, yeah. See? We just run it with him, and he's all good. Panthers, Falcons, Bucks, Saints. Okay. This is the biggest I don't know if I've ever seen one. A lot of people probably are like, obviously it's the Falcons. Not necessarily. They could very well have a bum year. I mean, who knows what's going to happen. Everyone, Panthers and Falcons won. Saints lost. That was a good game, too. If anyone still knows what AP said to Sean Payton, that'd be really dope if you could tell me, because I have no idea, and I'm really interested in that. I think Cam's going to do Cam-like things all year, but I think his team's not going to hold up next to him. I think Atlanta's going to be a total hit or miss. I can see him going 500, and that's it. The Buccaneers, I don't know. I feel like they're a total wild card. We have a lot of good players. We just got so Chris Baker just came into Tampa from Washington. D-Jack just came from Washington. We got like the best bundle gift from the Skins I've ever seen. Chris Baker and D-Jack. And if you haven't seen Hard Knocks with the Bucks, you have to watch it. It is full-blown the Chris Baker show. He is the funniest guy I've ever seen in my life. That man is hysterical. He is one funny dude, I'll tell you what. I think the big problem Tampa Bay foresees this year is Jameis with immature decisions. I think it's one of those things, man, where it's like he's heard a lot or seen a lot of great quarterbacks take risk and they pay off. Like, how many times have you seen, that quarterback roll out and sprint across the field 20 times and make a big play? And I'm not saying Jameis hasn't made big plays yet, because he has. Jameis absolutely has made impossible great plays for the Bucs. But I don't see Jameis I see him making them too often, I think is what I'm saying. I think if he has nothing there, instead of taking the sack or throwing it away, he will try to just throw it up and pray to God someone catches it. And I think that is just not the brightest move he needs to be doing right now, especially for his age. He's got a long NFL journey ahead of him. It's not going to hurt him to take it slow and become great. What did he say? He said he wants to be the greatest player of all time, or he said something like that, or the GOAT, or whatever he said. And but the issue is, I think because he's so young, I think he wants to be that now. Where opposed to, he needs to wait, do his time, make those. I'm all for making mental errors. You're young. You're a young quarterback in the NFL. who had a crazy successful career in college. But this isn't college. This is the big boys, where you're playing against grown men that, you know, necessarily want to rip your head off. If I was him, I would take it a little more slow. Stop worrying about, oh my gosh, I have to make this play on a 3rd and 17. You really don't. You're not. The Bucs are going to keep you. They're not going to get rid of you. You're their franchise. He needs to take a step back, settle down, and make a lot of good plays. And I was saying that before Hard Knocks came out. I watched every Tampa Bay game, probably in the last 4 years. And when we got Jameis, though, a lot of things changed. We had dumps of quarterbacks before Jameis. We had Josh McCown. Whoops. We had Josh Freeman, who turned out to be a bust. He was supposed to bring us back. We had Josh McCown. Didn't really work out. I feel like Josh McCown was just like a placer for us for a year until we got in the draft. But, oh, hold on. Speaking of McCown, got to get McCown his glory. Here we go. Almost. That was a dot, though. But, yeah, I think it's more of if Jameis takes a step back, really thinks about what he's doing, and looks at it long term. You get so caught up in the game and what you're doing in the game to win just that game. But it's more than a game. It's the whole season. It's your whole journey as a quarterback. And I feel like if he takes those small steps, excuse me, if he takes those small steps and doesn't put every game on the line, like every game's a must-win. It's great to win every game, but I think it's such more of a long-term thing to show maturity as a quarterback. Because say it's 7-7 with 2 seconds left. Would Jameis I think if Coach Cotter left it up to Jameis, he would go for it and try to make a play and probably force himself into a bad decision that could either get him picked or fumbled, because I don't think he'd throw it away. I don't think he'd throw it away, and I don't think he'd take a sack. I think he would try to make something happen and win the game now so it's over with and they won, instead of going into OT, taking your time and seeing what would have happened. I think it's more of a journey that he needs to look at rather than a season. An NFL season is short. An NFL journey, that's a lifelong experience. And I think he'll have that for himself. I just think his whole journey will be like that if he doesn't start looking at it like a journey. I think if he looked at his journey as seasons, he'll be making the same mental errors over and over again. But he's young, he's emotional, he's got a lot to learn, lot to do. And we'll see. I think he's going to mature, and I think he will make it that journey. All right, well, we're going to go 2-0 with the Jets. That's a plus. That is a huge plus. Told you we're bringing the McCown dynasty. All right. I'm surprised I'm doing this well. Oh, he's rolling. All right. 2:30 left in the fourth. We're almost out of here. And I haven't even got it. You know what? I didn't even have to open my mouth to this team once. They've just came out and balled for me. I didn't even have to get on them. Oh. Damn it, Alex Smith. Stop rolling out. Mine. No. Dang it. Not that it matters. My margin's good enough. Alrighty, well. Pretty painless game. Not a lot to worry about. Nice paste. Good talk. What is that noise? Wow, that's annoying. I wonder if that picks up on my audio. Oh, I'm playing cornerback. I suck at it. All right. Got a minute and a half left. He's going to try to get the Alex Smith cheese going. About to put some spies up. Shut that down real quick. I don't want him to score, though, if I've held him to a shutout this late. I'll let him get 3, and that's about it. All right, here we go. Oh, I would... Dang it. My users suck. But I am curious to know who everyone thinks will win the divisions for. Yeah, I want to know who everyone thinks will win all the divisions. Because I really don't think it'll be New England. Oh, dang, that's close. He might, yeah, he's going to get one more off. That'll probably score him coming out of that BS. Every lineman down stance. Yep. All right. GG, buddy. There we go. I hate people like this. Almost. All right, and that will do it. All right, guys, until next time.